Hello there everyone, I am your German Snob and I'm here with another episode of Let's Play Thief 2. Also,
Seems clear enough now.
good night. Okay, so we are rid of him and now we can get to make some progress, I suppose. Well, right now we are in the dark, so we should feel pretty safe here. Well, we can feel safe. I'm not sure if we should feel safe, but at least we can feel safer than we did before. I mean, I know there is another guard here. See? Here he comes. But I doubt that he will be much of a danger to us. We will just wait for him to finish his route and then we can go on. We do anyway not have enough loot yet, do we? Wait, let me take a look. No, we don't. 700 worth of loot. Let me think about it. Well, it shouldn't be too hard, really.
Something there.
This is generally not the hardest game, I mean, seeing how it's, no, there's no one here. You can, exactly, you can do that, you can go just there. And I can then just kinda go on. Will you hear me? I hope not.
What was that noise?
No, there was no noise. You're imagining things. Seriously. Now that throne room we have to get into to get to the scepter is in there. We could go there because we have the key. But I would advise against it because it's very well guarded. You are going to see, but there is a secret passage in there. Which we're going to take. Yes. So there's also this room, which will have some loot. Just believe me about that. Look at all these goblets, they are not loot. They just look like they could be loot, but they are not. However, I think these two wine bottles should be. Nice! And now we have enough loot to finish this mission. Do we? Yes, we do. Now, just for the scepter.
Who's been here?
No one. Go away. Which direction is he coming from? Yeah, that one. Alright. So that means we can go out. Please don't hear me.
Oh.
Please don't hear me.
Nothing there now.
Oh, right. So here you are. And we can just kind of go through here. Because where we want to go is back out to the yard. So, you know, that's what we're going to do. We want to go just kind of here, and here we are. And I don't think there are any enemies around. And I sincerely hope this is not going to bite me in the... Well, basically that.
Don't think you could just...
Basically. God, that was dumb. Let's be more careful now, shall we? I think that would be a very smart thing to do. Okay, there he is. From there he can't see me. Where's he coming? Or rather going, or generally? Well, right now it doesn't matter anymore. By the way, I've probably forgot to mention this far, but these guys, once they are alerted and trying to attack you, you can't knock them out anymore. Well, okay, that was a lie. You can knock them out still, but it is going to take like... I'm probably exaggerating here, but like 20 hits. And until you can land them, they're probably dead already. So, you know, not worth it. Now, as far as I remember, the secret passage into the throne room should be behind one of these wall these tapestries. Or are they even tapestries, or are they just banners? I don't know. See, that's what I meant. That's why it usually pays to check these. Alright. Now, let's be careful about this whole thing. The reason why I didn't come into this room through the front door is one that you will see in just a few seconds. Because you see, the reason is that what? Wait, what? Did I... What just happened there? Why did I go into the wrong direction suddenly? Oh, please, let's not ask this question. So yeah, this room, I didn't come in here because that their guard is just there standing there, and then this happens. Falling down there was not intentional. I will say that quite clearly. It was just me being stupid, really. Jesus! Now let's try this again, but more successfully. So here we are.
Thought I saw something.
Down there, there's the guy. Of course we can't kill him. If we could, this would be much easier.
Don't let me come find you.
Oh man. Okay, now from here he shouldn't be able to see me.
Been imagining things.
Yeah, you were imagining things. You were imagining that I'm not coming down here and... where is he? And knock you out. Hey, did you see that? Wasn't that amazing? I mean, that was some hardcore Assassin's Creed kind of stuff.
It's a throne room. How pretentious can you get?
Yep, sure is a throne room. And there's the scepter.
Here we go.
Yes, we do. And now that we got that, we can leave this mansion. Alrighty now. Thing is, we can't just leave the way we came in, but that doesn't really matter seeing how we have a key. I suppose that little secret passage would have also been pretty useful if we didn't have a key, but we have a key. Alright, here we go. Now out there, of course, there's still a god. So we better be careful. Also, the game is lagging. I find that very offensive. Though offensive might not be the entirely correct word. But...
what's going on over there?
there's nothing going on here. You're delusional, you're imagining things. You think I'm here even though I'm not. Quite clearly. And now we are on a carpet where we can move completely noiseless. And seeing how that guy is pretty far away from us, we can also move pretty noiseless. Well, we can't move noiseless on the marble floor, but we can so without being discovered. So there we go. Now it's time to make our exit. And maybe take away with us that vase, because it looks pretty valuable. Yeah, getting all the loot in this level is not hard. Like at all. But... you know, that's completely usual. I mean, it is, after all, the first level. So are we on the right side or are we on the wrong side? Both could be. Yet it appears as we are on the wrong side of the room, never mind. Well, really never mind, because the rest is going to be pretty easy, if the game stops lagging. And really it doesn't even have anything to do with how graphically demanding the game is, how much it lags, it just kinda does. It's kinda surprised that To The Moon didn't lag. Also, he seems to have his own little museum there. And in his own little museum there, there's also this urn. That is once again worth some money. And look, we have like 1002 worth of gold coins. And that even... and you know, we only needed like 700. So that was easy. So we can just kind of walk out, make our exit, and be done with the mission. Well, that was fun. Now it just needs to trigger the... well, it just needs to trigger that, basically. The next one is not going to be so easy. I mean, it's a good mission that's coming afterwards, but it's comparatively harder. So let's just continue. Before death came, the liars were made to feast upon the hands of the thieves, and the thieves were made to ingest the tongues of their liar brothers. And we praise the master builder for his judgments. The Hammer Book of Tenets.
I went to Cuddy's place to deliver the scepter, but Cuddy wasn't there. He'd been arrested by the Hammerites. Apparently they didn't approve of his occupation, and I doubt they approve of mine. So hopefully they'll never catch sight of me when I break him out of their prison. Which is what I'm going to do. They're holding Cuddy in a mining complex carved out of a quarry. The quarry's flooded, but the Hammers still work the top-level mines, and have converted part of the complex into a penitentiary for those who violate their tenets. An associate of mine was confined there and has provided me with a map. It would be difficult to get in by way of the main gate, but there is another option. The mines break the surface of a hill south of the quarry. I'll drop into the mines and head for the prison, which will be found somewhere uphill and to the north. The Hammers don't venture into these lower mine levels because they're reputed to be haunted. I'd rather not have to do this job, but Cuddy's a reliable fence, and I don't appreciate the Hammerites abducting him. And he owes me money for the Bafford job.
Did I ever tell you that I really like these animated kind of segments? Okay, so Garrett explained fairly well what we have to do here. Break from the Greg's Cleft prison. Here we are. So, break out a guy. Well, first get in. Break out a guy. Break out another guy. This is an optional mission that we only get on Expert. Get an artifact from out there. Steal some dude. And then, well, escape and don't kill anyone. Sounds straightforward enough. Though really it's not going to be quite as easy as it sounds. However, anything we want there. No, these tips are only things I already know, and healing potions, speed potions, moss arrows. These are kind of useful. I will show off what they do. So yeah, let's buy them. Let's buy another one. Good. And then we can get started. Now, what this cutscene didn't explain all that properly is who these Hammerites are they're talking about. But I think I can explain that. Basically, the Hammerites are this game's world's equivalent to the medieval era Catholic Church, in that they are a religious order with quite a lot of political leverage. Which means they're pretty important right here, and as you see, apparently control the law enforcement, or at least have the right to punish the people who break their tenets. So yeah, now what exactly do these people believe, and why do they call themselves the Hammerites? Well, as far as I got it, their vision of God, the master builder as they call him, did not create humans, but rather he gave them fire and the ability to use tools, by which he elevated them over the state of animals, of, you know, simple monkeys. Which is why they believe in him, and which is why the hammer is their symbol of worship. Basically their equivalent to the Christian cross. Also, they value in this sense hard work. Basically, actually they have some common ground with like communist symbology, in that the hammer is their sign of worship, as I already said, and in that one of their main things they believe in is human productivity, like the work of your own hands that you create for the public. So that's what the Hammerites are all about. Isn't that interesting? Well, you know, by some margin. However, there is something about these mines that I haven't shown off yet. And it is going to be annoying. You see these bodies lying around everywhere? If you're kinda savvy about these kind of games, you know what they are all about. But I can showcase it. Hey! Oh, man, you are a zombie! Oh, I never would have guessed. And these guys kill you fairly quickly. Like, admittedly, everything in this game does. What separates them from the human enemies? Well, seeing how they're undead, they can't quite die. You can knock them down, but they will stand up again. There is a way to get rid of them, but right now we don't have access to that way. And therefore our best thing to do is to avoid them, which is what we're going to do. Oh, yikes. So we're just going to make a run for it. Also, now that the game is lagging, I should probably consider calling it an episode for today, right? Because I don't quite remember where to go anyway. So we're going to see about that tomorrow. But for today, I'm your German Snob. This is Let's Play Thief 2, and I'll be seeing you again tomorrow. And until then, have a wonderful evening and goodbye.